Pac-Man World Rally is a very fun and quirky style arcade racing game that was released for the PlayStation back in 2006. This game was published by Bandai Namco Games, which got releases on the PlayStation 2, the Nintendo GameCube, the PlayStation Portable or PSP as it's well known as, and even Microsoft Windows platform. A version of the game was scheduled to be released for the Xbox but was cancelled during its development, and the follow-up version of the game known as Pac-Man Kart Rally was released for the iOS in 2010 and Android in 2012. So essentially what this racing game is, it offers gameplay very similar to other kart racers such as Mario Kart, Bomberman Kart, Crash Team Racing, among other well-known kart style games from various different consoles over the years, that offers up a unique mix of various different gameplay modes and characters from the Pac-Man world that you've become familiar with from playing the original arcade games. So you have the ability to play as a lot of the characters from the start, while you can unlock them throughout the course of play from completing challenges and completing the likes of the career mode, with access to race across 15 different types of race tracks, which again can be unlocked the further you play into the game. Where the game really does shine is in its multiplayer modes, as you can play it with your friends. If you ever go back to the likes of the original Mario Kart game on the Super Nintendo, or even likes of Mario Kart 64, even up until more recently like the Nintendo Wii and even more recent consoles, one of the best features about these kart games is its multiplayer features when you can play with your friends, as it does offer up a lot of fun and unique elements. And even with the likes of the PlayStation 2, even going back as far as the PlayStation 1, even up until modern consoles, there is an absolute plethora and ton of these type of games that were released for all of these formats and systems, primarily because the Mario Kart franchise was so popular that other name brands wanted to get in on that trend and that craze. So you have like massive brands like Pac-Man, even Crash Bandicoot and other well-known franchises all trying to put their own spin on this genre. Some of them they managed to execute very well, others didn't do it as much. One of the best examples going back would be very very similar to Mario Kart, that is almost comparable and even right up there with it, that's almost as good as it would be Crash Team Racing on the PlayStation 1. And that game was so good that it did get a remake on more modern consoles in recent years. But the PlayStation 2 had a ton of various different games. You even had not only just Pac-Man World Rally, but you had Bomberman Kart and an absolute ton of other racing games. I have covered a lot of these type of kart racers from the PS2. I make sure to drop a link below in the playlist to a lot of those other videos that you can go and also check them out. The link will be in the description. Where does this game hold up compared to a lot of those other games? But funnily enough, for myself back in the day, I had played quite a number of kart racing games back on the PS2, and I actually owned quite a few of them, but I never really got round to playing this game as such. So when I managed to get to try and play it for doing this review, it was interesting to see what it was all about, and I have to say it was well worth playing, even though the game did get mixed reviews, as it isn't considered to be the best kart racer out there. But I found the game to be very fun to play, had some really nice graphics, very cartoony and quirky style graphics, and the gameplay modes that were on offer offered enough challenge to keep you playing, but at the same time offered up enough difficulty to really keep you on your toes. Now, it's not to say that this is an easy game to pick up and play. As with most kart racers, they all mainly use the likes of rubber banding techniques, so no matter how far you are in a race, you're never too far away from your opponents, and at any time they will use cheap tactics and even the weapons that are available to try and take you out of the equation, so that they'll try to pass you on the last lap, usually before the finish line. And this game is no different. These tactics are literally dominant throughout these games, and this game really does do that in abundance. You'll notice that when you're playing it, but it's still a fun experience. I actually had a blast playing this, and it was a lot of fun. I just like the whole cartoony quirky nature of the game, as when you're playing, depending on various elements and pickups that you gain access to, you can unlock various shortcuts on some of the levels that can help you to take advantage of the gameplay, so that you can win races a lot easier and gain a wee bit more of an advantage over your opponents. Now, it's not to say that that advantage will usually last long, because there is always a catch-up element in these games where the opponents can always catch up with you no matter where you are, but it will give you an extra few seconds to take that advantage, and if you're close enough to the finish, it will work in your favour. But it really all depends on your own gameplay style and how good you are at these games. But mainly it really just boils down to pure luck to determine if you'll win races in these games or not, as that's really what it's all about, is luck with this game more so than skill. But this is a fun game to play, and it definitely definitely offers up enough unique elements with the levels that are available, as there are quite a few available in the game, all from the likes of volcanoes to forests to racetracks and other types of environments. There's definitely enough unique and quirky elements in here to keep you interested for playing for quite a long time, and the graphics are really good as well, which definitely adds to the feel of the game as you're playing it. So that in itself would be an incentive to keep you playing for longer. And I would love to know your thoughts on Pac-Man World Rally for the PlayStation if you have played it yourself back in the day, and if so, what do you think of it? Do you enjoy these type of Mario Kart style clones? And if so, what did you think of this game in particular? I'd love to hear what stories you have of Pac-Man World Rally, so be sure to share it down in the comments below. And if you would like to see more videos on other games similar to Pac-Man World Rally that were also released on the PS2, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be updated when future videos are released. And you can check out a lot of those other videos on the playlist here on screen to see more of those games in action, so you can be sure to check them out, and I will see you all over in the next one.